to another episode of Blood and Popcorn. We have a couple of special guests today. We have Luna, sup, and Cricket, who just shut up. Oh, okay, whatever. I don't even care anymore.
He'll come back.
But
he always comes back.
Podcast. Yes, he does. There he goes.
There,
that's Cricket.
You might have another special guest because Apollo may start barking at some point.
And we also might have Apollo. So, yes, today is going to be lovely. All right.
So, I'm sad.
Why are you sad?
So, okay. I feel like I should preface this before. So, I've been working out every single day, right?
Me too.
Because I literally have nothing else to do.
I was talking about your working out ethics when we were younger.
Oh, yeah. You know what, though? There's been so many classes I've taken, and have you ever heard of jump squats?
No.
That's literally what we would do when we were younger.
Really?
And it's so funny. I invented that.
You did?
Yes. You know what a squat is, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you squat, and then as you're coming back up, you jump. And it's like, we would do that it would be like AFI, and then we went on to like the used in my chem. We would do that.
I remember like doing that, but I also don't remember working out because I didn't want to.
Yeah. Well, that was my thing. So anyways, I've been working out every day because I have a lot of time on my hands right now because it's summer. So, and every time I work out, I like to show Josh my muscles. So we were wrestling and kind of like fighting because I'm slowly getting stronger than him, and it's bothering him. So anyways, we're fighting, and Apollo comes up, my dog, and he literally bit me in the ass.
Wow.
Like, drew blood, bit me. He's never bit me before. It really hurt my feelings.
Maybe because it was you were attacking Josh.
Well, Josh was going, get her, Apollo, get her. And I'm like,
he bit your baby on you.
My baby bit me.
Yeah.
And now he knows I'm mad at him, so he's been like walking back and forth in my field of vision so that I'll address him, but I'm mad at him. I made him look at it, and then I hit him. I hit him in the nose so he would knew that was bad.
Aww.
Bad dog.
That is sad.
Hurt my feelings.
Sorry about your ass.
It's okay. It'll be better. No, did I ever tell you? Oh, man, I feel bad. I shouldn't say this on a podcast. I'm gonna do it anyways. Okay. The most embarrassing thing, and I have a scar from it, but it is really funny. So, I was squatting and like doing my squats, and then I started I was like really into my music, right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna dance. So then I decided I'm gonna try to twerk. I've never twerked before, but I'm gonna try it.
God.
So you know what I did?
Twerked?
I backed it up onto my coffee table and slit my ass open.
Oh my god!
Yes.
Oh my god!
My poor butt's taken so much pain. So much abuse.
There is
But I have a scar from it now, and it cracks me up every time I think about it. I'm like, that's when I thought I was cool. Remember that one time?
I tried to twerk, and I looked like I was having a seizure, so never.
And then you were like, this is not okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so today, we're going to talk about what not to do in the Purge, based on the Purge movies.
Yes. I hear our cricket friend. No, he's made his appearance.
I hate his face. I can't even.
Yes.
I don't know where he is.
We'll find him. Or you'll find him, because I don't live in Florida. Sorry.
Like, what the fuck? How do you lure out a cricket?
What do they eat? I'm a science teacher. I should know this.
Yeah, what do they eat?
What? Like, they don't eat other bugs. They have to be herbivores. Right?
Should I put leaves out? Yeah. Just put a leaf, like, in front of the door, where I can throw something at the door again!
He's kind of afraid of you, though, because every time you yell at him, he gets quiet for just a minute.
Or not. I threw something at the door, it usually stops him, but it didn't.
Okay. There's been a lot of suicides lately.
I know.
I don't know if you've heard about Kate Spade or Anthony Bourdain? I never pronounce his name right.
Yeah.
You don't know who Kate Spade is?
No.
TJ. Kate Spade is the best designer ever.
Yeah, I don't.
She's my favorite. She does like really cute 50s style dresses.
Ooh.
That's like I'm all about it.
Yeah.
But she also does like really nice designer purses. But then she'll do like designer bags that are like lemon. She's done I think like a banana.
I just went
And
on
it's
her
like
website.
it's cute and girly, but it's a little sassy.
Huh. I just went on her
I love
website
her.
to, like, look it up, and it's like a memorial for her on their website.
I know.
That's sad.
It's just
I have seen some of her stuff. Okay.
what bothers me is that well, not really what bothers me, but it's weird to me. I'm seeing a lot of articles that are basically saying like you shouldn't wish for the fame because obviously it's not all that matters, because you can see these two people that just killed themselves this week. They were both really famous.
Yeah.
In most circles, you just don't know who Kate Spade is.
Yeah. I'm not in the
It's okay.
fashion world to know who she was.
Yeah.
Thank you, Luna.
She's really big with teachers. I think that's kind of how when I started to know her.
I've seen her stuff at like TJ Maxx and like Ross and things.
Yeah. But it's really sad.
Yeah. I mean, my heart goes out to both of their families, and I'm sorry that they did that.
I know. I really personally do not understand that, because I mean, I get being in a dark place, but I don't get how you don't have anybody in your life that you can live for, you know? I don't know. If that makes, I don't know.
It makes sense.
I don't want to sound insensitive, but I've never understood that. I'm like, even if I was so depressed, I don't think there's any way I could, because I have people, you know?
Yeah. You have a big old family.
Do what?
You have a big old family, too.
I do have a big old family. Yeah. So anyways, the Purge.
Anyways, yes. More, well, less depressing, but more horrifying.
I think horrific. Was what you were going
yes.
for?
Yes.
What did I say? I don't even know. Anyways.
Horrifying if? Close enough.
Can I just make a suggestion that if we ever did a parody, we should do the Purge, but with cats, so we have the Purge.
Oh my gosh, that's so perfect.
That's so cute.
How has nobody done that yet?
Just throwing that out there. Maybe.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna Google it.
Indie films.
Purge.
Did you mean Purge?
Porge?
Porge?
There's a cat video on here. It says purging with my kin.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what it is. I think
it reminds me of one of my friends here used to be married to a guy that raised rats to sell. Well, he would sell them to like snake owners to get murdered. So he raised like tons. I mean, like thousands of rats in their house. She was not a fan, but we always thought this is my husband thinking. He thought it would be interesting to film them before they were sold off, or like before they were eaten, and he wanted to do it like a luau.
Aww.
And like they sacrificed the virgin to the volcano. I'm like, what? I know. He said that you could do like epic battle scenes. We're really off topic.
We really are. We keep getting off topic. We don't.
I know.
Purge,
so this Purge thing, I guess you just don't leave your house at all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or no, I don't really know if they went over this in the movies. Do people ever go into like actual shelters? Or would that be?
What do you mean by shelter?
I don't know, like shelters you would normally go to if it ever happened in a place where they had hurricanes or natural disasters. They have something already, or people make their own type of hideaways.
I mean,
well, they have security it's like basically a Like, it locks up all their windows, and it's, like, bulletproof.
Security system. Like, the first
Yeah.
Yeah. But then, like, in the second one or third one, I think it's the second one, I don't remember, but it's, like, the girl and her family, and her mom was, like, a waitress or whatnot, and they just had, like, boarded up stuff. Like, they boarded up themselves. I believe.
I mean, honestly, if this ever happened, I would move. I'd be like, GTFO, I'm out of this country.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I mean, I might steal a couple TVs first, but other than that.
Yeah. I mean, I would live, like, below the poverty line somewhere to be away from that, because that's just stupid.
That's another thing, too. I'm glad you mentioned the stealing, because it feels like the movies emphasized, they say all crime is legal. They put a huge emphasis on murder, but I feel like it could kind of show more of just the petty thievery people would do because they can. A little diversity, but I understand that you may as well go for the murder when it's legal, but I just, I figured there'd be a lot of grand theft going on too.
Yeah.
Different.
I completely agree. What bothers me is that... Oh, go ahead.
That's true. Wait. To fit the horror genre. I gotcha.
Yeah. What bothers me is that I know, or not, maybe it's like the optimist in me, I don't think many people would go for, murder's legal? I'm going to go kill somebody. Like, I know I could never live with that guilt of killing somebody, So I can't imagine it being that rampant of people going out. Like, in the movie, it literally shows a guy, like, sharpening his axe, ready to go kill somebody.
He's like, I've been waiting for this my whole life.
Yeah.
I'm going to sharpen my axe, but I'm like, I just need to sharpen it. I'm not going to go kill anybody.
Well, self-defense maybe, too. That's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But of course that, too, just kind of leads to more killing if you're not careful about it. So, there's no real good way around it. It's just... My biggest issue with the idea behind it is that it's the same thing where, something's illegal, but it doesn't stop people from doing it anyways. So how are they enforcing people to contain their, their rage boners only for one day?
Their rage boners.
It feels like a lot of people would still be kind of going rampant with it. But I do believe in the movies they said crime rates went down.
Yeah.
Okay. Or maybe
I don't think that would happen.
Yeah.
I don't think crime rates would go down.
I honestly don't know, because I know, like, when I worked in retail, I know we all joked, like, there should just be one day where we can just say whatever fuck we wanted to, like, any customer or anything, and just let it all out, and we'd be, like, okay for the rest of the year. But, like, I kind of just feel like it's that, like, you just need to let it out, like, because it's been building up inside of you. Just do it out in the whole day, and then you're going to be good. Like, for a little bit at least. But I don't know about more evilness than that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird situation. I can't imagine we would ever be in it. But if we were, you leave the country first.
Leaving.
Go to Canada. Canada would never go for this.
Oh, hell no.
Thank you.
Thank you, Canada. You're my saving grace.
Alright, Thelma just moved something over onto she's got the Wikipedia of Brian Wells up here, and he was staring at us like his picture. So she moved a little window on the computer.
I thought you were really excited about Canada. I'm like, I also love Canada.
Thank you. We also love Canada. Oh. He doesn't want to look at the picture.
No, he was just looking at us.
Yeah, he was like staring a hole in my face. I was like trying to read. Anyway, I just wanted to make sure it was still recording.
So what then do the other countries, how do they view this whole purge thing in America? Are they just looking over there like, man, America is really fucked up with this murder holiday? Like,
I mean, honestly, how do other countries view us now? Probably about the same. I mean, I only saw the first one. TJ, did you see any other ones?
Yes, but a while ago.
Okay, did they ever talk about, like, how other countries view us?
I don't remember all of that. I think it may have been touched on in the third one, because it was the election year, I believe.
Yeah.
So it might have been in that one, because it was all political, but I don't remember. I didn't see a lot of that one. I think I just saw part of that one.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, this is one of the movies that I cannot watch. I watched the first one in theaters, and I came out and I felt gross. I
Let me
hated
tell
it.
you,
I hated this movie.
that's okay. Let me tell you, last year at Halloween Horror Nights Orlando, no, it's not a sponsor. Wish it was a sponsor. But we went there last year, and one of the scare zones was the Purge, and
Ugh.
they had this act where they pushed some actors in this truck, and it drove around this little area, and it had the girl in the third one that like wants this candy bar or whatever, with the whole mask and like the Statue of Liberty girl and whatnot. And then the girl's car with the lights on it, it had that. But the truck drove around, and then at the end of where the truck was going to is like the stage area where like they murdered them, quote unquote. But just riding, just like walking through there, I couldn't do it because they, like I said before, people scare me. That is like my horror. I can walk through monsters. I can walk through anything else except for clowns with chainsaws. That's also was horrifying. But I didn't.
Because of
I
your
did
mother.
not. I walked through that. I walked through the Simpsons area with the chainsaw clowns, and I was like, "Fuck you, buddy." And he was just like, "Oh," and I was like, "Yeah," and then he was like, "Oh," and I was like, "No, no, no. Okay, I'm done." But I could not walk through the Purge. Like I walked past it, and then Cody was like, "Let's go," and I was like, "No," and he was like, "Okay."
With what bothered you with the movie, do you feel like they glorified the violence in it? Like they wanted to make it feel like this was an okay thing?
I mean, they had purge households that, like, I forgot what they did. I want to say it was like they like put up a flag, maybe? I don't remember.
Oh yeah,
Or
because
a
they put
flag or
with
changed
the flag or something.
their light.
You're
I
okay
don't
with the
remember.
Purge.
Yeah, and then it was like they support the purge. And to me, and then they did like a whole lesson of it at the kids' school.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, like, first off, that would never fly. As someone that's in education, there is no way. I'm like, we can't talk about racism half the time. So killing people is definitely off
Yeah,
the
how do you
docket.
show up the next day after a purge night? You show up to work or school and you're like, "Oh, hey, Tom's gone." Huh. All right. Well,
You know, he must have been purged.
oh well, anyways, so
I would be fucked
what's the
up.
agenda? Yeah, it's just that
Yeah.
you'd have to carry on with that so casually when maybe half your workforce could be just annihilated or
Thank
something.
Yeah. Or
Thank you
maybe your
for
boss is murdered.
thank
You
you.
know?
Everybody hates that dude.
Thank you
Yeah.
He's
for
going
keeping
down.
but
I don't get it. And then a lot of it is like, so it's supposed to be 12 hours, right?
Yeah.
24 hours.
12 hours,
It's
or
24 hours.
is it, I thought it was 12. I thought it was just the night.
Oh, okay, maybe it is 12.
But what's to say, because forensic evidence is really good, but they can't nail it down to the hour.
Oh
So
yeah.
you could still be murdering people after the purge and say, oh no, I totally killed that person in that 12 hours.
Yeah, how closely can they enforce the time restrictions? They blow a whistle, hey, time's up, guys, you know? How does that work?
I don't know. I think maybe they send out cars and like the police are like, I don't know, probably dispatched at that time when it stops to like.
Yeah. That's a good point, though. I mean, you never know. It's, something can happen within, 5 minutes before or after.
True.
Yeah. I don't, yeah, it's a really bad idea.
Yeah, it is.
Can I reiterate that it's just a bad idea?
And I want to go back to your your statement where you're like, I don't think people would actually murder a lot like that. I would honestly, because I just don't. I guess it's just me not trusting people, and I'm mostly afraid of everyone. Um, I would honestly be really, really surprised that there won't be as many murders if that really happens. Like, oh wow, I would be really surprised.
I don't think people are that bad. Maybe it's because in my brain, I think everybody thinks like I do. And I'm like, but you know what? Sometimes people surprise me, and people I'm like really close to have done or said some evil things, and I'm like, wow, I didn't know people really thought like that.
Yeah, I know, right? Crazy.
I think it would be a lot of. I don't think it would be random killings. I think it would be a lot of
Revenge.
people killing their husbands or killing their bosses
Josh
or what? What'd you say?
I said, did you look at Josh when you said that?
Josh isn't here. He's upstairs. I put him away.
I put him away in the room. He's locked out.
Uh-huh.
I imagine these people would have like a list, like a growing list, and they're just adding to it until the purge day comes. That's a scary thought there.
Yeah. But that very well could happen. Yeah. But anyways, there was actually a kid that decided he wanted to live the purge. Would you like me to tell you about him?
Oh gosh, yeah, I'm kind of interested. Also scared.
So it was this 19-year-old kid, and I do not believe in telling you killers' names because I don't want to glorify them. So I'm not going to tell you his name. But he killed 3 people at total random, right? And he claims it was because of the purge. He also threatened to kill his girlfriend if she ever left him. And, the Wendy's manager, because I guess they were at a Wendy's, he came out and was, like, fussing at him to try to, like, help the girl get away. And she got away. So props to Wendy's for saving this girl's life.
Mm-hmm.
He is so crazy that his mom texted him as he's like, chopping up bodies, shooting people in the back of the head. His mom texted him and said, "What are you doing?" And he sent her a screenshot of not the murders, thank God, but he sent her a screenshot of the first article that said, like, these people have been murdered. He's like, "That's what I'm doing."
What the shit?
Yeah. I know. I'm like, what in the world is wrong with you, kid?
And you wonder why I'm scared of people. Like,
yeah.
I could go in the dark woods and be looking for a fucking werewolf. I mean, it's probably going to be a person to murder me. But I will automatically think, instead of a werewolf, or like, not Chewbacca, but like,
Chupacabra. A chupacabra? Is that what you're thinking?
Yes, chupacabra. Or some like creature murdering me. I will not be thinking about that creature murdering me. I will think about something is like a person is like following me and going to murder me. That is in the back of my mind. I don't think about like, oh, a wild dog's gonna eat me. No, it's a person gonna shoot me in the back of the head or just cut like my throat while I'm not looking or something. Like, I don't trust people at all.
And you know what's funny is that people don't scare me that much. It's like the wild animal, the wildness that scares me the most. So that's funny. We're total opposites about what scares us.
Yeah, we are. Like, this is why I carry a weapon everywhere I go.
Hey, I understand. Hey, you can stab somebody with your keys.
I know. I can stab. I can. But I think we talked about this earlier. Every time I'm in like a new place or I feel like not good in a place, I automatically look around for exits, and I
do too.
Look at everything around me and think of ways to kill or maim somebody with it.
I don't do that. I do look at all my exits.
Like, I'm not saying I'm in a bad situation right now, but I could totally take this PS4 controller and beat Luna in the head with it like 20 times maybe, and I'd be okay to get the fuck out if she ever attacked me. So
yeah,
this is why I work out.
Yeah, see then, turn your body into a weapon.
Yeah.
There you go.
A bombshell. Oh.
Hey, and at least you know that Apollo too can fight somebody.
I know. It hurt.
Yeah.
And he's so sweet looking. If you looked at him, you'd be like, "Oh, he's such a good dog." And then he bit me. It really hurt my feelings. I couldn't even look at him.
Apollo sick him.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's pretty much about that kid. And then he got caught really fast.
Good.
Because he literally sent a screenshot to his mother.
He didn't care at all about being caught.
No. And then he was like, "No, I did it because of the purge." I'm like, what is wrong with you?
A lot, apparently.
Yeah. I don't know. Thank God I have decent mental health, I guess.
Huh.
That's what I wonder
I would
about the
never.
Purge thing too. I mean, was anybody thinking like genocidal type thing, or they were just targeting people they wanted, or because I heard
No.
some of them they were going after like the wealthy specifically.
Yeah, they went after the wealthy. They went after really poor people because they didn't typically have the weapons to fight back as much.
I think
That's kind of what the first one's about.
Yeah, I think that was another thing. There was no like homeless people because they didn't have a way to protect themselves in the purge. So I think they were like the first ones out.
Yeah,
Like
which is just like, why really you're gonna kick a man when he's down?
Really,
you know, like
yeah, I'm pretty
people
sure
suck.
Yeah, now you're saying it.
Did they go into at all how the say the arms dealers, any kind of how that trade, did that go up at all with people actually being able to buy weapons and legally kill? So how does that affect like if you're purging on purge night, do you have to have a gun license and stuff like that?
Probably not, because everything is legal.
Right.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
It's like 6
that it'd be okay.
with like a Glock shooting up things.
Oh, don't talk about my first graders that way. They're sweet.
But I'm just thinking like I can't doing that now. The purge, like the whole family's in on it. It's a family thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
In fact, I'm pretty sure that happened in one of them. There was a family deal.
I would not be surprised.
But they did talk about some of them that were anti-purge families, and I think one of the characters like took refuge in the house. They say, "Yeah, we're anti-purge here,"
Aww.
and they got killed.
Oh.
I think. I don't remember.
And they got killed because they were anti-purge. So fuck them.
Yeah.
You can't win.
Well,
it
makes
win
you.
anyway.
Yeah, unfortunately, it kind of marks you with a weakness in a way if you're not into it. Everyone around you killing you have to, you obviously you shouldn't join in on it if that's not your thing and it goes against your morals. But
you shouldn't join in on it.
Exactly. So they have to at least try to learn how to defend themselves.
Yeah.
I think one of the really bad things would be say you've got let's say you got a family that's anti-purge, but maybe one of them maybe your kid and you're the parent.
No, I love the purge.
And you're heartbroken because your son or whoever wants to go and kill people, and legally, you can't stop them. But
what if they decide to kill you?
That would definitely be something that I think would break families apart. This would end up like the second Civil War, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. And then, do you guys remember when the first Purge came out, there was all this hype about how it's going to happen in, like, Kentucky? Like I said, Kentucky's the worst state.
That's true. Sorry.
I like how you already knew.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. Who doesn't know that?
Yeah.
Unfortunately. I mean, sorry if anyone's listening from Kentucky, but you know it's true, too.
Well, they're not the worst state, technically. The worst state is Mississippi by far.
But okay.
Just throwing out all the states that, suck.
Yeah. Well.
Sorry, Mississippi, you're statistically the worst state.
Well, Florida is too.
No, you guys just have all the crazy people. Mississippi is bad because of education, poverty. There's have you ever seen, there's a map. Or not a map. There's an article that looks into Mississippi, and it literally looks like our third world country in some parts.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my god. Mississippi, what the fuck you going on?
I know.
Please answer me that. If anyone's listening to Mississippi.
Yeah, please tell us. We love to hear about Mississippi.
Oh gosh. Okay,
My brother lives in Mississippi.
Oh yeah, we went to visit him. I remember those fucking chickens.
I remember. That was fun.
That was horrible.
Hey, we had fun. We
did.
watched a lot of Evo.
We did, and that's when we found out who Tokyo Hotel was too.
Oh boy.
You remember that?
Oh boy. Yeah, I remember.
Lion hair?
Yeah, good old lion hair.
That was so weird. Have you seen them now? Anyway, this is way off topic. Well,
they're super hot now, by the way.
They're all right.
No, they're hot.
I still like his brother.
Yeah, the brother got really hot.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But anyways, carry on.
I do have something to talk about. It's a documentary, episode documentary. Yeah, I believe. I just watched it really fast, so I kind of forgot. Anyway, it's called Evil Genius, if you haven't heard of it. It is about the pizza bomber.
Oh, I did watch this.
You did?
Yes.
Yeah, it was so fucked up. Okay, so for all of you who didn't know, because Luna doesn't know, so I'm really excited to talk about this. Okay, so Brian Wells.
He's staring at me again.
Yes, he is. Brian Wells was actually the pizza bomber. He went into a bank and robbed it, and then when he came out, of course, he got caught in, like, I forgot what shopping area it was, but this has all happened in Erie, Pennsylvania, by the way, and it was, like, in 2003. So, he comes out, he gets caught, all the cops are surrounding him, they found out he has a bomb under this giant shirt over his shirt. So, it was just saying, it said guess, like someone wrote on it, guess. And so everybody was like, what the fuck? He's like, there's a bomb on me. There's a bomb on me. They made me do this. So they cut his shirt and they see the bomb. So they're all like standing back. They call SWAT, but SWAT is like 20 minutes away. So they're never going to get there in time. But they don't know the bomb's active. But after like 10, 15 minutes, it starts ticking. And all the cops are like, what? And he's like, oh my God, it's going to blow. Like, we need to find that key. And he's like, not like really freaking out about it. That's what they thought it was weird. He was just like, guys, it's gonna blow. Like, he was just talking normal, but like kind of shouting at them because they were so far away. But he was like sitting on the ground, like they wouldn't let him get up. He was handcuffs and everything. And then all of a sudden it kicks faster and it explodes and it kills him instantly.
Well, he also robbed a bank before that.
Yeah, that's what I said. He had to go rob a bank. And he stopped after the bank robbery. But after they were checking him out and everything, they found out he was on a scavenger hunt to find the keys for the collar that was made around his neck where the bomb was. And he only found 2 of the keys, I believed. And there was a letter in his car that told him to go rob this bank with this. He actually had a cane gun that was loaded and everything, and he was walking around with that. And it was just so crazy, like, that would really scare me. Like, I love scavenger hunts, but Jesus Christ. So, now kind of ruined my love of scavenger hunts. I'm just kidding. I still love them.
What's up with this pizza delivery thing? Why is he the pizza killer?
Well, he's not the pizza killer. He was actually a pizza delivery man. And a few minutes before he was actually supposed to be back at work, or he was actually called out to a delivery, but the person who picked up the phone at the pizza place, it was supposed to be his boss that picked up the phone, but the boss couldn't understand them. So he was like, Brian, take this call. I can't fucking understand them. So Brian actually took the call. He gets his order, makes the order, goes to drop it off. They don't see him for the rest of the afternoon. They're like, what the fuck? So they finally found him while he was on the TV and after all that happens. But yeah, he was a pizza delivery guy. He apparently went out to this address where this old television or radio station was, on this old end dirt road, and that's where apparently whoever put the bomb on him happened there. So unfortunately, that's where it all started, at this old television station. Like, nobody worked at it. It was just run down. So it was really sad. But, like, I guess in this documentary, it talks about that, of course, and the people who might have been involved. Which one of them, her name was, I gotta find it again, I'm sorry, I knew I was gonna say this, Marjorie Dale Armstrong. She actually lived at the house on the corner of the dirt road with his last name. Bill? We see it?
Yeah. Bill
okay.
Rothstein.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Bill Rothstein.
Nice. Good save.
Yeah. Thanks, Luna. They lived on the house on the corner of the radio tower, but he actually called the cops a few weeks after the bombing went down and told the cops that his girlfriend, which was Marjorie, had her boyfriend's body in a freezer in his garage. So they go there. Yeah, they go there investigating, but they also find this curious letter. I guess he was going to commit suicide and wrote a letter beforehand. He said it's not about the Brian Wells bombing. It has nothing to do with that. there's a body in the freezer, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, why did you write that it wasn't part of the Brian Wells bombing? He's like, oh, because you guys were all caught up into it. I didn't want you to, like, think it's, like, part of that, blah, blah, blah. And they just thought it was really weird. So they dismiss it, and they actually do find a body in the freezer in his house. So that was weird. It was of her boyfriend, who she says that Bill murdered and stuffed him in the freezer. But Bill said that they got in a fight over something, and she told him that she murdered the boyfriend, and just stuffed him in there, but then she didn't know what to do with them, and just told him, like, a few days
Like, during their fight?
Yeah.
She's just, like, they're, like, fighting over bills, and he's like, and she just decides that she should tell him that she has a body in the freezer?
No. She was fighting with her boyfriend, and then killed him, and then told him that
okay.
she stuffed his body in
I misunderstood. Makes sense.
No worries.
I only saw the first episode, so...
Oh my god. Like, I watched all of it, like, in one day. I could not stop watching.
Sorry, this whole, the robbery, the whole him being the bomb hostage, this is like some Saw shit right here.
Yeah.
Right?
So crazy.
So I think that actually happens.
Right? Oh my god. Like, yeah, so they wanted to rob, they found the note, and the note said, after everything went down and Brian was killed, the note said that it wanted, how much? Like $250,000 demanding this money from the bank. So, which he had 15 minutes to do, by the way, or the bomb would explode. But he only got like 8,000 when he left the bank, so it wasn't nearly as enough as what the bomb guy wanted. So, yeah, all that happened. He died. Blah blah blah. So this whole rest of the documentary is mostly about Marjorie and Rothstein, because what had happened was, and what's speculated, Marjorie's father was taking her out of the will and stopped giving her money, which they're a very wealthy family. He has, like, his own company. She also is bipolar and completely psycho, basically. And she has a lot of problems. She actually, all of her husbands, I believe, or boyfriends, all three of them that she's had in her life that stayed with her for longer than a month have died, including the one that she stuffed in the freezer. So, she was arrested after that, by the way. I didn't say that, but yeah, she was totally arrested. And Rothstein, after she was arrested, was, like, buddy-buddy with, like, the whole police department, would go down there, ask, like, answer questions and do all this shit. And it was so crazy. Like, he just was buddy-buddy with the cops, so the cops didn't really, like, question him a lot about a lot of stuff. But, so the maker wanted to know more, so he started looking into it more. And so, like I said, Marjorie's father stopped giving her money. And she was upset about it, so she went to Rothstein, and Rothstein apparently made this bomb, this collar bomb. And they were talking about how they needed somebody to take it out. Well,
I'm going to interrupt you really fast, but have you ever played Fallout?
Yes.
The collar bomb reminds me of that.
Oh, yeah.
There's
true.
Yeah, okay. That's all I wanted to say.
The casino deals.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well then, yeah, that just makes me want to play Fallout now. Thanks.
You're welcome.
You know, I do gotta point out another interesting thing. It talks about how they discovered that the time that they gave him to defuse the bomb, he would never have had enough time to actually complete all the tasks they gave him.
Yep.
Well, yeah, they gotta get rid of the evidence. They knew.
Crazy.
Oh yeah, they knew. But, like, throughout this whole documentary, yeah, they found out. What was I saying? Fuck. Oh yeah, Rothstein was made the collar bomb. But they didn't know until the end of the documentary that it could have been Rothstein, but Rothstein was, like, dead at this point because he died in, like, 2008 or 2009, I believe, or maybe 2014. I don't know. Sometime way after it happened. Like, there was no way he could get, like, anything for it. And Marjorie died, like, a few years ago as well. So, like, anybody connected to it, except for, like, two people that were, like, slightly connected, but just kind of knew about it, or kind of like talked about it are still alive, but they're in jail. So yeah, this is all fucked up. There was like no, I guess, not revenge, but like, I don't know what to say. Like, Brian Wells will never, nobody will know exactly what happened with Brian Wells. But with this documentary, what has pieced together was Rothstein made the collar bomb. And they were going to pick somebody with the help of, okay, that's what it was, Kenneth Barnes. He helped plot it all too. So, with the help of Brian's favorite prostitute was what the
Nice.
Yeah, the documentary guy. Jessica Hoopsick, she's also alive, but she's not a prostitute anymore.
That's like her legit name.
Yes, Jessica Hoopsick.
This sounds like a prostitute.
That's kind of rude.
Sorry.
Sorry,
but
what the fuck his name was? Kenneth Barnes and Brian Wells' favorite prostitute, and she was like really liking Brian Wells. Like I guess he became a friend with her family or whatnot. So they used to be together a lot. So she actually was asked by Kenneth, I believe, to find somebody, or no, asked by Marjorie or Rothstein to find somebody who's like gullible enough to do this. So she told Brian that I have a job for you, basically, and he's like, oh, okay. So he went along with her and went to meet everybody, I guess. This was like the whole thing that came undone after everybody died, to see what happened. So I'm not too sure if it's all true, but I think it's really fucked up. So they actually kind of knew who Brian was, but they didn't at the same time. Brian, I guess, when he went to deliver the pizzas, didn't know it was going to be that day, and they just put the collar on him and gave him the notes. And he was gone, basically. Like, Marjorie wanted to steal the money because her dad was not giving her any anymore. And I forgot what specific that amount was for. I forgot. But it was just because she was mad at her father, and they killed an innocent man over it, apparently. And it sucks, but it was really interesting and so fucked up, and you should definitely watch all the episodes. And oh my gosh, if anybody listens to this and hasn't seen it, you should definitely watch it.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds really good.
Yeah, I probably butchered her telling the story, because I'm horrible at storytelling, because I can't remember anybody's names, apparently. But Jesus Christ, it was super good. Like, I watched it in a day, and the episodes were like an hour long, and there's like 4 of them, or 5 of them. Like, I couldn't stop watching. I was binge watching it.
Yeah, we have to go to Memphis tomorrow, so maybe that's what I'll do in the car.
Oh my god, yes, do it.
Yes.
Cool.
Well, I have not too much to say about that. It's insane that they got away. I mean, they didn't get away with it, but that happened.
She was actually put in jail. I forgot what she was charged with, but she was in jail since she was arrested for killing her boyfriend. And the documentary dude was like interviewing her while she was in jail and things like that, and like writing letters to her, and she was like writing letters back like, oh, she's lying. She was talking about Jessica Hoopsick, and oh, Rothstein's lying, but not. And it's so crazy because that's what the crazy part is. It's because when Rothstein was showing the cops around for like videotaping footage when they found the body, he was showing them around, and there was like so much shit. Like, she was definitely a hoarder, and he was just sloppy himself. So the house was like filled with so much shit. And one of the detectives was like, hey, I noticed like something like that arrow that was like marked on the bomb collar. He noticed an arrow that looked similar to something on the piece of paper that was found on the footage. And he zoomed in on the piece of paper on the desk, and it was exactly like the writing that was found on the bomb.
Oh my gosh.
Like, they didn't have that, they didn't look at that footage until everyone was basically dead. And I'm just like, are you kidding me?
No.
Like, holy shit. And it does make sense. Like, she's just fucking crazy. She kept on, like, saying things that just didn't add up, and she just kept, like, it wasn't her fault. like she didn't have anything to do with it, but then she did have a little bit to do with it, but then really this guy had something to do with it. Like, she just kept doing that. And I'm like, oh my god. And the more, like, people who knew her and people, like, who said they were there talking about the heist or whatnot, it was so fucking crazy. Like, it all kind of made sense in the end. But I don't know if I believe Jessica Hoopsick. I really don't know. Because she was just like, yeah, I actually led him there because they needed someone gullible enough to do it. I'm like, but why would you, like, even though they actually told her that the bomb was fake, but, apparently it was not. And Cody's home!
Sounded like you got into, like, a crash, honestly.
It's pretty, and yeah. Close. But yeah. Alright. Well, that's a lot of talking. So, should we end it here, guys?
I mean, I have one last thing I wanted to mention. Okay. Well, just to end on a happy note, I found a new author that I love so much.
Oh, yeah. What author is it?
So, it's Simone St. James. Have you ever heard of her?
No.
Okay. My favorite type of books are, I like fantasy, and I really like murder mystery. So, the book The Broken Girls is murder mystery, but it's also got, like, a supernatural element to it. So, if you're into that, her writing is, like, perfect. It's not too detailed. Like, I love George R.R. Martin, but I don't need a whole page to describe the way somebody's eyes twinkle.
I thought you didn't read.
So, do what?
I thought you didn't read as much.
What?
Well, maybe she doesn't read as much as you.
Oh, probably.
Maybe. Yeah, probably. But I have all this time now. I have stuff I can actually do, you know? So, check out The Broken Girls by Simone St. James, if you can.
I will.
It's wonderful. But I think that's about it.
Alright. Well, this wraps up tonight's episode. Hope you had a good time listening to our ramblings.
Yeah, our cricket friend pieced out, so he's good.
I kind of hope he's dead.
Oh, don't wish death on things.
It's just a cricket.
He's still a living soul.
Okay, I'm sorry, cricket. I just hope you're quiet for
I hope that he made it out and he is happy with his cricket family.
I'm pretty sure he's still here.
He's waiting until you're almost asleep and then he'll start again.
I will shoot something. Alright, we're gonna end it here. Stay spooky, everybody.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.